Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and tonight, this is as merry as we get on Whiskey Business. Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and welcome to Whiskey Business, the podcast not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey, the last podcast of 2023, our holiday podcast. Merry Christmas, boys.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
All right, good night.
And it's been a great year.
That simple.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is it. I'm already making a resolution right out of the gate that we will resolve to do more Whiskey Business podcasts. We've been like averaging 1, 2 a month because everybody's been busy.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of year. Everybody's gotten a little busier. John Whitney got a promotion at work, and he went into the higher ranks of his job. He's got his own office downtown, access to one of the best liquor stores in the city.
I know.
He's constantly sending me
The
text
arena.
messages. Yeah, text messages
Yeah.
from Arena Liquor. Look what they got in. And he's like, and you know, there was a time where I would have said, like, I would have gotten in my car and just dashed right down. I'm like, no.
They had Willet. They had Willet on the
I
shelf,
know
too.
they had Willet. They had Ancient Age. They had the, right?
Yeah, that's what
Double
I bought.
Ancient.
Man,
The Double Ancient.
10-year, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to take that next step and drive down there and get one of those.
Well, I drive right by it on the way home,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
just pop
You have
there.
no
It's on its
choice,
way.
John.
You can't avoid it.
Well, I can then go to a cafe or something afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. There's got to
Well,
be
we
a
did.
cafe.
We made it through another year, and Chip, I just want to say that it was this year that we officially made you part of
thank you
the
for
Whiskey
that.
Business family. You just weren't that that guy was just hanging out anymore. So,
Right.
And I
Sorry
couldn't be
about
happier
that.
About it.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier about it. No, I already said this is as far as my children goes. This is the annoying, irresponsible one.
Right, thank you.
That's the grumpy one over here to my right.
Sometimes, only when things don't go right.
Yeah, which is a lot of the time. And you're the child that I just can't get mad at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
it's just like, who's going to scold Chip? Well, I don't want to do
Oh,
it.
it's just so
I don't want to
precious.
scold Chip. He's
Thanks.
yeah.
Thank you.
So you're that one.
I don't know. You know.
You're the special kid that everybody.
Aw.
Like,
I feel that
don't
way.
be-
I feel
don't-
Special in a normal way.
Don't-
It's a
yeah,
very special
don't-
episode
don't-
of Whiskey Business.
Yes. The Chip episode.
I'm gonna roll a montage sequence here, John. Or
And as you know, as is the rule on our holiday podcast, it's a round robin. Everybody and anybody will be sitting down at this table to share how their year was, what might be hopeful and new for the new year, et cetera, et cetera. So let me ask that question right out of the gate. Hansberry, what are you hoping for in 2024?
Oh man. Oh, I wasn't ready for that one.
That's the idea. All right.
are you going to the bathroom?
Put a lot of thought behind it.
I went to a concert recently, and I literally was like third song in, I was like, my feet hurt, my knees hurt, and I just wanted to sit down. And I thought to myself, God, I got to work out just to start going to concerts. So I think I'm going to start
working out,
just taking care of my body,
so you can go to
so I can
concerts.
just stand for more than 5 seconds.
It doesn't get any
hurting
better.
My body.
It doesn't get any better.
Talking to John Whitney, who has a list of ailments.
Yeah, got a little bit here and there.
But 23 started to change for you in a positive way. So what do you want going on in 24?
What do I want in 24? Better health would be nice. Got to work on that a little bit.
Yeah, he said as he lit a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Time to take some trips. Maybe I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I remember your last big trip. You guys went to Hawaii. That was a big plan.
It was our 30th anniversary. Jen and I.
Still
And
together?
so-
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Kids, Jen. He's kidding.
Of course you are.
I know. Yeah, we went to Hawaii, so that was nice.
And I credit your wife for the success of that relationship. By the way.
That's true. She's more organized than I am.
Oh hell yes.
So yeah, there's no way.
Way to go, Mrs. Whitney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more traveling. Any place in particular you got in mind?
We're talking about maybe trying to get, probably not this year. Well, maybe late this year if we do anything. Maybe July. I don't know. It depends Depends how things go, Dino.
I understand.
Maybe Ireland or Scotland or something.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I've actually thought about going back to Greece.
I was going to say
Time
Greece.
since my father passed. That'll be almost 18, 19 years since the last time I was there.
You could visit his grave.
Yeah, I could do that. I'll put that on the list.
Yeah, you're going to be there.
All right.
Sorry, did I enter
also have
territory?
restaurants.
That's,
I just
that's
enter
a
some
whole other
territory there?
podcast on its
Sorry.
own. A whole
So
other
sorry,
podcast on its
man.
own. What about you, Chip? What do you want for 2024?
Oh, 2023, I wanted to write a cookbook,
And?
and it didn't happen.
Okay.
I'm like, dang it, man. Why didn't I'm coming up on the end of the year? I'm like, we never did that. And my daughter and I are supposed to be writing it together.
I didn't realize that you were in the culinary world that you could actually do enough as far as cooking to write a cookbook.
Not
Liz
me.
is the cook.
Liz is the cook.
Liz
yes.
is the cook.
Yeah, but she has a bunch.
You will write it.
Yes, there's a whole family recipes, a whole stack of family recipes we want to turn into a book, and I want to come at it like an angle and
Including
tell stories.
the cowboy, what is it? The cowboy, what that you brought tonight?
Cowboy candy, man.
Cowboy candy,
Yeah.
which is not candy.
It tastes really good though.
It's not candy.
Oh, man.
It's
Candied
have some
jalapeno
of that.
peppers.
he sampled it for us, and he about it's
It was
good.
really spicy
It's
and
really
hot.
spicy, yeah.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah.
It was good.
To
I
the
won't
point
have
where what he took, I had to actually take away from him and put it in the sink so nobody would
Yes.
actually touch it and maybe touch their eyes. It's
Right,
that
you-
kind of hot.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I've seen candied cowboy candy in cocktails. You
Yes.
know, like a margarita.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Does it
Can
melt,
see that.
or is it's just a pickled?
It's just a pickled candy
Yeah.
jalapeno.
Gotcha.
But you know what? But one of the things, so there's a lot of recipes. My mom has some recipes. She's my late mother. She died before COVID hit. She has a bunch of recipes, and all of her family. So I wanted to incorporate and kind of merge these recipes into a book, that's what I wanted to do in 2023. But it didn't happen. So 2024 has that coming.
And you
in.
have,
I
a title,
also
you have a title for the book?
no, not yet.
Okay.
But I wanted to.
I'm good with titles. I'm just saying that.
I'm
Yes,
going to
yeah.
reach out to you for that.
Maybe you can come up with some titles for the recipes too.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, you're an inspiration.
Maybe, why not I just write it? Why not I just fucking
Yeah.
write the book for
well,
you?
you're a guy. You're an inspiration.
You got 2 weeks.
Dino. You wrote the 12 cocktails of Christmas or
20,
something.
25
Oh,
days.
sorry. I can only get through 12.
We'll not be doing that again, by the way. Keep going.
Yeah, never again. Go,
But one of the
continue.
things I wanted to do was I wanted to see if I could do some sort of a podcast or something, but I didn't really know what. So that actually kind of happened with.
that's my next topic.
Yeah.
That's a transition. I've never
That's-
heard one
that's,
before.
Yeah, well,
I
John-
appreciate the forced segue, but I was going to bring it up all on my own.
forcing it.
The forced segue
Yeah.
because John Whitney
Trying
and
hard.
Chip Cassell have branched out
Yep.
from the whiskey business brand
Yes.
and have their own podcast about
Yes.
Star Trek, which
Yeah.
I gotta say, sincerely, it is wonderful. I was the first one to subscribe.
Yeah. You were. You
I
were.
was the first one to comment.
Yep.
Maybe I'm the only one that's commented.
No,
since
we
then.
just got one today.
Okay.
Oh, 2
But
comments.
it is they are taking
The
starting with
original
the pilot
series.
episode and going down every episode of Star Trek.
The original series.
The original
Yeah.
series from beginning to end. That's
brilliant.
And it you know what? That is the word. It is brilliant. John Whitney's editing of scenes from the episode, Chip's in-depth research,
Yeah.
and the fact that they are
Nerd.
both kind of informing each other and coming up with interesting. They drink also. They do it.
yeah,
They
a
drink.
little bit.
That you did steal from us.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah,
That
we
you
did.
did steal from
Oh,
us.
I wanted to, when we were talking about it, I wanted to be a full-on, like, hey, this is Whiskey Business's sister podcast.
No.
Blah, blah,
no,
blah,
no,
blah.
I didn't
We didn't
wanna
have
do
a
that.
name, but
no,
John
but
put
I
the
said, and
kibosh
it's,
on
in,
that.
and it's in your title, and I'm flattered because Trekked and Wrecked is in the mix.
It's in the
As-
description,
was-
yeah.
was-
I put it in as filler just to see when I was making the.
Yeah.
But it
it's
stayed,
great.
so
It's
it
great,
stayed.
and
Trekked
people
and
can
Wrecked.
get that.
On
Yes.
YouTube, yes.
On
Uh,
YouTube.
What's the
Yes.
name of it, Chip?
Edith Keeler's Edge of Forever Bar and Grill.
All
And
right,
why
yes.
is that? Why is it the name of that?
So-
Because we had a list
Yeah.
of names. John,
Well, my
wanna tell
favorite
us?
episode is City on the Edge of Forever, which is where Spock and Kirk and McCoy go to 1930s New York, and they meet Edith Keeler,
right.
and Kirk kind of falls in love with her,
Right.
and so Edith Keeler's Edge of Forever Bar and Grill, because it's the city on the edge of forever is the name of the
Right.
episode.
It's a deep reference.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
And
It is.
but
It's a deep
anybody
dive.
that's an original Star Trek fan would get it immediately. And
Yeah.
you guys debated whether or not it should be that, and I said, stay with it.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
Let
Kinda
people
long.
figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Just on YouTube, right?
Just
Yeah.
on YouTube. That's all we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 35 minutes. I cut in clips, and I try to, if there's dialogue that we're kind of remembering, I'll try to kind of line the dialogue up. I don't do it very well, though. So that makes it
Well,
kind of
we
fun.
don't come up with the exact dialogue.
No,
though,
sometimes
either.
it's
No.
way off.
Sometimes it's right on,
No.
though.
Yeah, that's true.
And one of my favorite features, it's been in 2 episodes, and the 2 episodes that is Did They Bang? Did they bang? Did they bang? Did they bang? Because there was always a lot of sexual innuendo in Star Trek episodes,
Oh, yeah.
with Kirk especially. And Did They
yeah.
Bang is a regular. Do you think you can incorporate that into every episode?
We have so far.
We have so far.
Yeah.
There's
says
one.
proudly.
There's a couple that'll get tricky because, especially with Charlie X, which is the next episode.
He gets rapey.
There's little rapey stuff going on, so it's hard to kind of move to the Did They Bang, but we use somebody else as an example for
Now,
Did They Bang.
all the compliments I've bestowed upon you are sincere and legitimate, and now I'll cry hurt.
Yeah, now we can
Yeah,
talk
I
shit.
remember when John used to really work hard on Whiskey Business
Yeah.
and put up like little YouTube clips.
Yeah.
And he
used to
put
love us.
one up the other day that, is nice, but there's about 400 short YouTube
Oh,
clips.
it's not that many. I can't. When you said that, I counted them. It's like we only have like 6 or 7.
per episode.
per episode. And people watch them. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about it. So congratulations. Seriously.
Thanks.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot
a fan,
of fun.
and I applaud it, and I hope you guys keep it up. I hope you don't stall out and stop,
Right.
because you really shouldn't.
We have 80 episodes to get through.
Yeah, that's the
I
goal.
was gonna ask how many. There's 80 episodes.
80
of
episodes.
Star
Or 81
But
if you count.
then
If you count
I hadn't
the
even
pilot.
told them this. I said I know exactly where they'll go next. If they continue to do this,
What's that?
they'll go right. Then they'll never finish, but they'll go into the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my suggestion. And then they'll be doing those till they die.
Yeah. There's so much
If you
content
go from the original Star Wars to where they're at now, you'll never finish.
Yeah.
You'll
that's
never
true.
finish.
That's true.
man.
But
We'll be
at least
dead
you
by
got
the time it
someplace to go. And I think it's great. I think
What
it's
about
great.
like the next generation Star Trek? Are you mean? Are you,
No.
none
Original
of
Star
those?
Trek.
Just original.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
the original for
I
now.
think you should stay pure. That's
Okay.
just my opinion.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean, because the purist, when searching on YouTube for Star Trek stuff, they're more likely to come across it. I would think, right, John?
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever you said.
Yes. And what we did, the last one we did, what was episode 5? We really got
We drank
wrecked.
too much.
We
Yeah.
got
Good. I want to
so
see one of
wrecked.
those.
No,
Oh,
it's,
doorbell! Time for a new guest, everybody. Doorbell.
Who's it?
Doorbell. Chip, let's welcome to the podcast. We don't have any in front of us right now, but it's in the kitchen, and we just had some of these sausage sliders from
Yeah.
Gatto. It's Dave DeRoberts, everybody.
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
and
to you.
thank you for Gatto's being the unofficial pizza sponsor
Well, we're honored. We're honored to
of
be.
Whiskey Business. You've
Yeah.
been very, very generous. Whenever I call, you bring Gatto's pizza for us, and we love Gatto's.
I just got to get you off the cheese.
Gotta
That's
get
all.
me off the
I
cheese?
brought you some cheese pizza
Well,
tonight.
I like.
You got to put something on there, Dino.
I love pepperoni and hot pepper.
well,
and
I
sausage.
did that one too.
And every once in a while, I like the simplicity of a cheese
All
pizza.
right, okay, all right.
It's
Have
a
it-
good
have it your
cheese
way.
pizza.
It speaks nicely about the crust and the
Right.
sauce.
You know, it makes
Boring.
you focus. It makes you focus on some of the other wonderful things.
okay.
That
Gotta get a
is-
Gatto.
Gotta get a Gatto.
I'm still working on this little slider
sausage
sandwich.
slider.
I was going to
Oh my
put a
God, it
nipple
was
on
so
that
good.
for
Okay,
you because I
here's the
wasn't
thing.
sure if you were ever going to get it done.
Here's the thing. This is not your pizza shop.
No, it's not. It's not. It's my son.
It's your son's pizza
That's
shop.
correct.
It's your
Yes.
son, and he took it over
He
from
took it over
the Gatto family
5 years ago.
Right.
And has done very well with it so far. They moved it, and things are going good. He's
Things are
doing
going
good with
great.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They kept some of the same
all,
recipes.
all the original recipes.
Original recipes
Didn't
that the
change
Gattos
anything.
had.
Nope.
So-
Added a few things. He's added lasagna.
and that's what you can do. You can
Right.
add, but you didn't subtract. You didn't try to change,
No.
and that's respect.
well, I mean, it's good. Why would you change it?
Right.
You know, that's the good thing.
Well, people do that. Oh, I'm going to buy the name. It's an established name, but then I'm going to do this and change. I'm going to do this to the pizza.
no reason
No,
to.
no
No,
reason
no.
at all.
I always get the salad, like the quart of salad.
Well, those old kind of wet salads.
Oh,
you
yeah, I
know?
like that.
Oh,
It's
they're
really
great. Man.
good.
They're perfect. With a little garlic on there. They actually put a
I've
little
gone by
garlic.
after work just to grab that and then just sit there and eat it at home.
So he's
by itself.
going to add some wedding soup. That's his new.
Oh, my
his
wife
new
makes
addition.
that.
You like
That's
that?
awesome.
Whose recipe is that?
Yeah.
Well, he's working on that right now
On his own recipe.
Yeah, he might.
You're telling me there's not a Nana somewhere that has an
Well,
old wedding?
I got a
we
recipe.
were never big with wedding soup. My family wasn't.
Why not?
No, I don't know. It just wasn't in. We didn't do a lot of it.
My
But-
wife makes a
But
great
he's
one.
going to work on some, maybe
Yeah.
some old time recipes.
Okay.
From some
All
of the
right.
old. I can't divulge
I-
who, but
well, and nor would I
Chip
pry
yourself.
and inquire. I don't want it. Sometimes you don't want to know how the sauce
so
is
yes.
made,
So and that's
or the
important.
soup for this matter.
So he's going to have a little batch of it in the back, and it's going to be luck of the ladle. Luck of the ladle. You know what that is? Luck of the ladle. That means when you scoop down to get your soup out of the bowl,
Right.
How many meatballs you
How many
get
meatballs you
is
get,
luck of
because
the
it's
ladle.
it's a little
Luck
tiny
of the ladle.
meatballs.
There you go.
Luck
right.
of the ladle
Yeah,
tonight.
Italian wedding
We
soup.
learned
is-
that from Ricardo's years ago.
Italian wedding soup is great. It's also great if you're sick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
It's like
right.
it's like a cure. It is it's like the Italian chicken soup, as far as when you're not feeling.
Kind of like whiskey.
Yeah, exactly.
My grandmother used to always give us whiskey.
Here's the sad part of our conversation. A lot of people don't know this, but Dave DeRoberts for years has been my insurance agent. And he's slowly exiting that world. And with each step that he takes, my insurance becomes more and more complicated. I had no worries, no troubles. The slightest thing.
Call Dave, boom.
Yeah, call Dave. There was like 2 pieces of hail that came down like 10 years ago, and I got a new roof.
Well, be happy because those days are
Those
over.
days are gone. Now I had an actual storm to pass through, and no, sorry, we
No.
can't approve that.
No.
Are you-
Yeah. Insurance is really crazy right now.
It is crazy right now. So I mean, you made quite the life out of it. How long were you
I
doing
did it for
this?
47 years.
47 years.
Yeah.
And are you completely out now? Or
In a couple of weeks, I'll be really winding down.
winding down? So in 2024.
I'm gonna deliver pizzas.
So when I have an issue, I always call you first to see what I need to do.
You get to call one of the ladies in the office.
And they're great. The ladies in the
They're all
office are
great.
great.
Right, absolutely.
But you understand, well, I'm a little sad, and while I'm a little.
Well, you'll still call me. I
I'll
know
still
that.
call you.
That's okay.
I call you for advice all
I
the
know.
time.
That's
yeah.
fine. That's good. That's good.
And they did. They hooked me up with a new policy.
That's correct.
Because they just hooked me up with a new policy for which is a little because mine went skyrocketing.
They're all going up. It's
and they
unbelievable.
found me another one that's back to where I should be.
Close.
But you know what I'm talking about. When you have that list of I know a guy, you were the insurance guy. You were the guy. You were my I know a guy. You know anybody in insurance? I know a guy, and that was you. Now it's not going to be you anymore.
Thank you. Well,
You're gone.
Well,
So what do I do?
You know, all good things have to come to an end.
I know. I
sooner
feel
or
that
later.
way about my accountant as well. I know my accountant is going to retire at some point, and every year I go, please, one more year.
Yeah,
one more year.
mine just retired.
And,
same thing.
and
That's
you're
tough.
devastated.
Yeah, it is.
because he knows exactly what you're all about and
Right.
how I
don't
put
have to
everything
think.
together, and he makes it all make sense. I can't.
He
I can't
keeps
do
you
it.
out of jail, is what he does. Okay.
I was kind of working my way around it.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that my tax return is the best work of fiction I write every year. I'm kidding.
Disclaimer,
To the IRS. Trust me, I'm already involved with them last year, so they know. But yeah, so I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that. And
Your
I'm gonna miss
doctor? Your doctor's you had to switch up?
I had my doctor, my first doctor, Manfresca. He left the system. He went to private practice, completely private practice. Right. And then I got this lovely woman by Dr. Riza Conroy, she was from the Philippines. She was great. I thought nobody's going to beat Charlie because Charlie was like, I could go to Charlie for anything, right? You know, and like he would just, we had a good day. We went to college together. So
He saw your dick a lot.
Can you say that?
no, actually,
still took you as a client.
No.
He just said bend over.
No, he
That's what
never.
was saying.
I don't think Charlie saw my ever.
No?
No.
What kind of doctor doesn't look at their patients,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
No, I didn't.
Didn't tell you to cough?
That'd be somebody else. But then she left. She went back to do volunteer work in the Philippines, and I got a new doctor. I have Dr. Wu is my new doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Wu. And here's the reason. She gave me a choice of 3 people, and I picked Dr. Wu. Why do you think I picked Dr. Wu?
Because you'd remember it.
No, because of the Steely Dan song. Are you really Dr. Wu? And that was how I based it on. And he's great, except when he came in, I said I wanted to say, "Where's your father?" Because he was like
That's
so
okay.
so
Young doctors are what you want, right?
so young.
Or old doctors. Which one is it?
Well,
I think
old
it's
because
okay.
they have the experience and they stay, and some of them stay up to date, and young because they're new and they're learning and they want to be educated. So I have Dr. Wu. I have to get a new urologist, and that's going to be Dr. Ho. So I'm looking for a third. And this is not racial by any stretch of the imagination. So stop with the
Ho, and
comments.
who?
I have a Wu, I have a Ho, and I'm looking for a Wan. And then because between the three geniuses of their backgrounds, I will live to be 135 years old.
There you go.
Because they all practice Asian medicine as well, holistic medicine. So I will live to be 135 years
You
old.
keep thinking that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. I got a Wu, a Ho, and a Wan, and then I'll be good to go. That's
Perfect.
my-
What if you can't find a one?
I'll find.
Will you get a wang?
I get it. I don't want a wang. I'll
You
take
don't want a wang?
I'll take a wang.
Oh,
I'll take a wang.
Yeah.
A wang and a who.
Shout out to
All of
Ho.
a sudden, my medical history is starting to sound like a Dr. Seuss book. he had a woo, a ho, and a wang. To the doctor he would complain. Doctor, I cannot bang.
What is wrong with my wang?
You've been reading too many Dr. Seuss books.
Anyway, David, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you,
For
guys.
everything,
I appreciate what you
your
do.
generosity,
Yes, thank
and
you.
most
We-
importantly, the fact that you've been such a great friend for I don't know how many years now, 25,
Yeah,
25
probably,
plus
yeah,
years.
yeah.
We've been friends.
And we've only been getting the pizza for like a year and a half. What's up?
We had to wait for the sun to
been
take
getting it
over.
longer.
I've been getting
You guys are rookies. That's all.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
newcomers.
yeah.
So
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. We're glad to.
Yeah,
to
and
keep-
we will be asking for more Gattos.
We'll be back. We'll be back in 24.
Yeah,
No question.
yeah.
about it.
Website, address, phone
Yeah,
number.
yeah, address and phone number.
Address is 3420 Indianola Avenue.
Is it on the box?
Probably.
No.
263-3737. The same number since 1952. when
There you
we
go.
started. We started
Yeah.
in business.
That makes sense.
And website is Gatto's Pizza Clintonville.
There you go.
.com.
Tell your
So-
son thank you.
And they do orders online. Everything's good. So we appreciate it. Thank
Tell
you
your
for
son
everything.
thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
guys.
appreciate it. Doorbell! Doorbell! Off we
Time
go
for me
with
to
Dave
go.
Roberts, and as we welcome two people who have been frequent flyers on this podcast. You don't leave the pizza there, man. Oh, it's got mushrooms. Take it with you.
It's cheese.
Cheese on one side, mushrooms on the other. John Osbeck and Ralph Scott coming up to the holiday podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are gonna have to share a mic, or Chip's gonna give you his mic.
Have my mic.
One or the others. Slide that on down. Are you boys enjoying some Gattos?
Oh, yeah.
Gatto's pizza.
Absolutely delicious.
Slice. Welcome.
Go that
Okay,
way.
there you go.
Go that way. You go that way. You go that way. There you go.
There you go. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, while you guys are finishing your pizza there, Ralphie, there is no guest bottle tonight. This is out with the old and in with the new, so we're finishing up some of the remnants of the past year and the past podcasts. All these have been on the podcast at one time or another, so that's what we're kind of doing, a little mix and match, if you will. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No, we're not going to do that. That will take much. We got too many people to talk to, and too many things to do. We have. I will tell you, Chip. I will indulge you. There's the Evan Williams 1783. There's the Mic Drop. There's the 1792. That's one of the Echo Spirits bourbons, and that's the Breaker, which I don't know.
I'm just trying it because I've never seen it before.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
all right.
We
Mic
may
Drop.
not have had that one.
Who,
on the
who does
podcast.
mic drop?
Mic Drop?
PM Spirits.
That's from Indiana, I think.
Never heard
yeah.
of it.
Mic Drop. Anyway, boys. Ralphie, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Johnny,
Christmas to you.
Happy Hanukkah. As of the recording of this podcast, Hanukkah is still what night are we on?
Sixth night, baby.
Sixth night.
2 more to go.
Two
There you
more
go.
to go. Have you gotten any good presents?
No.
It's like 6
Do you guys
socks
do?
right
do
there.
you do the?
Like, it's
present
no
every night
secret
thing?
around here that I am Jewish. So,
I still love that joke, John.
Still resonates.
thanks. I was hoping that we'd get one last laugh before the end of the year. It's we haven't celebrated yet with my family. So my family, we find a time that's convenient because today is also an important day. It's my mother's birthday. Happy birthday!
I was going to
Mom.
say
Happy birthday, Mommy.
birthday as of this podcast.
Mean Machine Sherry Levine Osbeck. She's 86.
Wow.
Tearing up the mean
She's
streets of
one
Beach
behind my mother.
I love it.
But we always find a night where we can do Hanukkah and her birthday, and it's just become that like, when is it convenient for us to get together?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I like your mom.
She's
we've
all right.
discussed this on the podcast before. Your mother taught my daughter.
Yes.
At Upper Arlington.
At Hastings Middle School.
Hastings Middle School.
She was her reading and English teacher.
Yes, she
And
was.
my mom fondly remembers teaching.
As
Danielle.
my daughter fondly remembers your mother as one of her favorite teachers.
I would
Nice.
say my mom was she was a great teacher. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
I had her as a substitute.
Did you
Can we
really?
talk about this?
No, never.
I didn't know that.
In
Wow.
when I was in middle school at Jones Middle School, she came in to do for a month. She had to sub for a teacher who went out with some illness, and she was on the roster. So I had her as my reading teacher, and I to this day. I'm sorry, Mom, because I was a real asshole.
Did you take advantage of the fact that the sub was your mom?
I didn't. No, I didn't take advantage of it. I just was a real jerk because I felt so uncomfortable and awkward. I wasn't comfortable.
What,
at
what
that
like 12
time,
years
you know?
old?
Did
something
everybody
like that?
else in the class know that was your mom?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean it was Sharon Osbeck. I mean everybody knew because she was also a reading tutor in the school, so she was like already in the school, but she also taught, and so when she was my teacher for that period of time, it was just, middle school kids.
Yeah.
They can be real dicks.
Yeah.
So that's what I was at that time, and it was just that whole thing of like that awkwardness and uncomfortableness of like my mom teaching.
Does it
So
still
it's-
come up from time to time? Does she ever?
because I bring it up.
You
She
bring it
never
up.
brings it up, but I always still
Of course.
apologize.
She's
whenever-
a saint.
Yes, because she's still wonderful.
She's a good woman.
That's right.
Don't you say anything else.
She's a good woman.
She
and-
is.
And,
She is.
So you're. I want to talk about something here that involves all three of us. But your 2023 in general, hopes for 2024.
Like give a wrap up of 2023 in general? Is that what
No,
you're
just
saying?
have a good 2023. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of great things.
A lot of great
happened in
things have happened.
2023, Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably in the thing that we're going to talk
Talk
about with
about
all
here in a
three of
second.
us.
Yeah.
And
But I mean personally.
I mean, it's all for me. It's interconnected. So the personal stuff, the achievements that have happened, have been tied to more to the passion projects that I've been working on this year. Yeah.
And Ralph,
Yeah.
you were back on stage, which is one of the things that I was happy to see.
I was delighted to see as well
Yeah.
and to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, twice with JFK at the beginning of the year, and then up at Totem Pole Playhouse up in Fayetteville, playing 20 different characters.
20
in one
different
show.
characters in one show. That was amazing.
Baskervilles, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to come up there and see you do that.
You
but
tried though.
We did try.
Tried very hard.
We tried, but we did see you as JFK, and he
Yes,
was
he did.
amazing as JFK. So you've done LBJ,
Yes.
JFK,
Yes.
and you recently had to turn down FDR.
I had to turn down FDR.
Yeah, so you only do presidents that have three
The-
initials.
right.
Apparently, yeah. If they're night, I don't know. No one's identifiable with three letters. Name me a president that's identifiable by three letters, other than LBJ, JFK, and FDR.
Nobody.
There's no Kennedy. We'll vote him in.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about
I
that.
don't even know what to say about that.
Just so
either.
we could do just so we have a roll. I mean, I had nothing
there
with
you go.
politics.
But the thing that the three of us are involved in, which is going to escalate in its growth and production in 2024. As a matter of fact, if everything goes according to plan, we'll start shooting Down to the Felt in April of 2024.
Yes.
The three of us are co-writers on the film. Johnny's directing. You and I are producing.
Yes. and I'm going to be acting in it.
And we're going to be acting. I keep forgetting.
So is
are
Dino.
going to be.
We're
Yes.
going to be
We
acting
are.
in it. I keep forgetting. We
We're
both
doing
have,
it.
We have cameos.
Yes.
We have cameos.
Yeah.
You're going to play
Lewis.
Lewis.
Right?
I'm going to play.
Yeah.
I think I've been. What do they call it when you're
Typecast?
typecast? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Playing
No,
George.
it's just
George,
that you were born to play this
playing
role.
George the Greek.
Yeah.
There's a Greek
Well,
in the
of course,
movie.
he opens it up.
He opens the film up.
Yeah.
He takes our hero's $40,000 in a bad beat, in a card game.
You've worked your whole life to come to this moment.
Well,
to
you
play
know what?
George the Greek.
I can't win a pot like that in real life. So at least I can do it. At least I can do it on film. On film. So yeah, we are set to start production here in Columbus, Ohio. The movie is set in Columbus, Ohio. The story takes place in Columbus, Ohio. We are utilizing all Columbus talent behind the camera. Our main cast, yes, will be in from Los Angeles, New York, wherever the case that might be. But it is a love letter to Columbus, Ohio.
Yes. No better way to put it.
Yeah. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
No, and it's we've talked about this. It's the beginning of something of doing that thing that we have talked about for a long time and has become, I think, our collective vision and has been mine for a long time, which is to make Columbus a viable place to have a sustainable, profitable, independent film industry. And there's just way too many fucking people who are talented, so talented in front of and behind the camera.
And it's all here.
They're sitting in this room and behind the camera right here. There's no reason why all of us should not be working more and why film shouldn't be a thing.
And why Columbus shouldn't be a thing. There is everything that you need is right here.
And you're right. You mentioned both Chip and John, both excellent at what they do. In fact, John Whitney would be part of this project in a larger way if he didn't have a full-time promoted gig.
Yeah,
where
I got big money. Right?
He's got that. But, John Whitney is an excellent filmmaker. Street Where We Live, which is currently streaming on Amazon.
There you go.
That's John Whitney.
Spitballing, which Chip and John and Dino and I did in an afternoon. And then John had the unbelievable task of going through and editing over how many hours?
I was like probably 2 hours of footage.
2 hours of
And
footage
how long was
into
the final?
To get
Just under 5 minutes.
under 5 minutes.
It was
a 30. It was a hot 30. Tight 30.
There's nobody more patient and better at that than John Whitney.
Like
as
over the
far as
years,
I'm
from the
concerned.
beginning, from the first time I started working with you, Johnny, as an actor on the commercial side, whenever you started doing narrative projects outside of that, like if you got a call from John Whitney, you were fucking.
You were over the moon.
Over the moon. Like you were jumping.
And look where I'm at now.
With two very successful podcasts now. Two.
Yeah.
I thank you, John.
And a feature that's streaming. Okay. Oh.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And don't forget the premise.
The premise was also Johnny's
Oh,
brainchild.
that's right, yeah.
That was Johnny's brainchild. Yep.
It won't be back. We'll see.
You never know. We find the right place to do it again, and we could bring that back anytime. That's on us.
That's true.
That's on us. We find the right place to do it.
Yeah,
and you know what? I think I might have the right place to do it moving forward in 2024, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that something on your 2024?
I enjoyed the premise. I just I want to be able, out of respect to Johnny, I want it to be done right and in the right place at the right venue. Because
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and
I think that's something that resonates with everything that we just were talking about, not only with Down to the Felt, but like I think it's also like we get to a certain point where we want to do things like you said. You want to do it the right way with the right people. It deserves to be in the right venue. And I think when you have the opportunity to do it that way, it warrants it to not do it any other way than that. So like it's worth the wait to do it. To do it right.
I totally agree. Totally agree. Hansberry, did you put up the Happy Christmas episode with Osbeck and I? No.
I can do that though.
Really?
I knew the answer to that question before I asked.
I feel like that was my mom in middle school asking me a question. Damn it! No, I didn't do my spelling. No. Either I don't know.
I said until this episode drops, this episode will drop next week, right before Christmas. And I said, until that one drops, you should go back to the archives and
There's
get
still time.
The happy.
And he just asked me like yesterday.
It's up already, though. All you got to do is search it on Apple.
Yeah, there you go.
Just search it.
But then I want him to search it, but I also want him to pull it up and present it.
Repost it.
Repost it.
Oh, I got you.
All right,
I
so
got
if you're
you.
listening to this,
So it's at the top of the list.
Repost it.
I understand now.
Information on Down to the Felt if people want to check out our website and all that stuff. You know, I can never remember that stuff.
Am I doing the business? Is this what
This is the business.
What this is called, Greg?
business.
I feel
business.
nervous like you do now.
I don't know how to do the business.
Okay. All right. For all things Down to the Felt, downtothefeltmovie.com. Thank you. I feel so connected to you right now, Hansberry. Down to the Felt
up any
movie.
minute
Down to the Felt movie is our social handle, so that's Facebook, Instagram. And if anybody wants to contact us directly, it is info@bigdealpictures.com for email.
What if I have $1 million and just want to donate it? Could I get a hold of you and do that?
Let's talk, Greg.
Yes, you can.
Yes,
As
you
a
can.
matter of fact.
And actually,
Info
you bring up a really great point. There is a wonderful thing that we have now with Down to the Felt.
Yes, we have.
Which is we have not only option
I was
for
saving the
private
best for
equity
last.
investors,
Yes.
but we do also have a wonderful partnership with Wild Goose Creative. They have extended fiscal sponsorship to us, and what that means is we can accept tax-deductible donations that will go towards the movie, and a percentage goes to Wild Goose Creative, an amazing organization in Columbus that provides artist space for all kinds of artists, not just film artists, but artists of all mediums. And they're a wonderful organization. So
Magnificent.
So, and all that can be found at downtothefeltmovie.com. Hit the donate now button.
Smash it.
Smash that donate button.
Smash it.
Smash that button. Smash it. No.
So proud of you.
Do you want to do some business too? Since Johnny kind of got you all fired up.
You forgot about
Well,
20
we're right in
minutes
the middle
ago.
of this thing. Go ahead. You want to go ahead? You can
follow that.
Yeah, you can follow that. Do a little bit. Do a little whiskey business.
All right.
business.
Okay. Hey, you can find Whiskey Business on YouTube. Whiskey Business with Dino Tripodis. You could just smash that subscribe button. Or hit that little notification bell. Ding, 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 ding.
What's our website?
I don't know.
Whiskeybusinesspod.com.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Nicely done.
With
Yes.
pictures by your beautiful wife, Jennifer.
Jennifer did provide
That's right. She did.
photography work.
Yes, she did.
We got to get Chip's headshot.
Didn't you, John?
What's that?
Didn't you design the website?
I helped.
He did.
A little
He
bit
did.
with it.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He did. He did. He did it. I rely on Johnny for yeah. Johnny, I knew.
We also got your Amazon Prime figured out the other night.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He
Trying
figured
to
out
watch some Steelers game.
because my Amazon Prime was hooked up to my debit card. My debit card got hacked, and then it was so they went to go pull the payment, and they didn't have the new debit card.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I guess I'm done with Amazon.
What was it you were able to figure out by yourself, and you were bragging about it all morning long?
What?
There's one of them you were able to figure out by yourself, and you came in just.
There is
flexing
something
it.
I was
He
able to
like,
figure out by
no
myself.
Big deal.
Yeah, well, one thing.
My Hulu
Yeah.
account worked.
Yeah. I
Greg,
figured
can you let me
something
know
out
when he
by
does
myself.
that? Just let me know.
Yeah.
Because then I get prepared for what I'm going to have to fix later.
Yeah.
Right.
And seriously, no. And then so we get the Amazon, and then he did. So you know what? Netflix is going to be the same way, and he fixed the Netflix for me, so Netflix won't get interrupted. And I go, while you're at it, what's your Apple account? What's your password for Apple? I mean, I'm not going to use it, but just.
If I were to leave my phone open,
Yeah.
I saw it. Well, what's the worst that could possibly happen? Oh my God! So, all right, get ready. Get ready.
Yeah. We're starting to push these guys. Put your coat on, boys. It's cold
What's that?
outside.
What is that about?
Oh, that was a commercial.
Yeah.
I had to get commercial.
Yeah, because the next ding dong is going to be you. It's you,
Oh,
Hansberry.
who is
It's
it?
you. You're the guest. You're the guest.
Oh!
You're the guest. You're the guest.
All right, this is perfect timing.
I want to talk about your Vegas trip.
Okay.
You went to Las Vegas. You went and saw U2 in the Sphere.
I did.
Shit, you never said anything about that.
Exactly.
That's what
We're
I'm
saving
telling
it
you
for the podcast, Chip. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Listeners, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. So this was the concert I was talking about where I couldn't stand up for the whole thing because I was exhausted. And luckily, the seats there are amazingly comfortable.
As well, you would think in a brand new facility that
they
would lean towards comfort.
It was awesome. Imagine like the coolest thing you possibly could think of, and then like multiply that by a million. It was nuts. It was very cool. So we sat
by a million.
by a million
Because on the air this morning, you said multiply it by 250, which I thought was an odd number to choose.
No, I said
You
the
said-
the COSI planetarium here in
Yeah,
Columbus.
yeah.
I figured it was 250 of those
250 of those
In
okay.
size, you know.
in size,
all
but in
right.
awesomeness. 1
Okay,
million.
I misunderstood you. I thought multiply it by 250. I go, that's an odd number to multiply the
Because
experience
I was
by.
trying to like actually do legitimate, it was great. So we saw U2 on Saturday. We sat in the there's 4 levels, and we sat in the first level, which is actually not the best level to sit in. It's like the opposite of a concert because you want to be higher and upper, in the middle.
Get that full experience of the sphere.
Exactly. So we were there. So we were actually very, very close, which was cool. And it was I've never seen U2, so that was just a lesson in masterful.
That is surprising to me that you've never seen U2.
And then it was so cool because the stage was empty. Like they just had their gear, no props, no bells and whistles. They just let their balls and rock and roll run the show.
And when they were getting ready to do that, I read a whole article about the first night that they did it, and they said exactly what you just said about how it was kind of bare bones for them, and taking advantage of everything around them. But as far as the music and the show, it wasn't so much about the spectacle of the sphere. It was still about the music, and the band.
Yep, and there were just some amazing. At one scene, they had the backdrop of L.A. or of Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. And then they started peeling it away, reverse time lapse. So then, by the time it was over, it was just this really awesome desert scene of and they were playing and like just the perspective and everything. It looked like you were like at a Red Rocks or something out of this beautiful desert, and
Almost like taking it back to Joshua Tree.
kind of like it was cool.
So that's the main reason you went. You got a cheap flight on Spirit there and back.
Boom.
You took advantage of it. Did you gamble?
I gambled. I put some money on the Columbus Crew.
Attaboy.
There you go.
I won 4, of course. So I bet $100 to win in regulation, and I won that, and then $100 on the over, which is it was 2.5 goals, and they scored 3 goals. 3 goals. Cha-ching!
There you go.
Oh man! And so did you parlay it into a bigger win for something else?
I blew it right away.
Attaboy. That's the Vegas I know.
Doing Vegas like a baller.
That's the Vegas I know right there.
It was awesome.
Oh man!
And then the last thing about the Sphere is they have a movie. If you guys go out there, they do a movie. It's a nature documentary called Postcards from Earth. And the premise is you're these astronauts who land on a barren planet. And are tasked to regrow Earth because we've ruined Earth. Humanity has ruined Earth. So we have this magical Earth seed that they go and they plant it in this new planet, and it explodes and grows into the Earth that we know it now. And it's awesome.
Ooh, it's like Star Trek, the Genesis.
Yeah, exactly.
But
did you see the eyeball?
The fact that you said it was
on the outside.
Did you say it was Darren Aronofsky that directed this?
Yes.
Yeah. I heard it's spectacular. When the elephants walk, you just think that they're going to walk right on you.
Aronofsky was the director?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They have because they have rumble seats, and they had the blasts of air, and
Well, that's cool.
So it's immersive.
yeah. I mean,
What was it when we were in kids? What was it? Sense Around?
Sense Around.
Yeah.
Sense Around.
Sense Around.
Yeah. Remember they would
The great scene
shake
in
the
Kentucky
seats.
Fried Movie.
Yeah.
With
And Sense Around.
The cheap Sense Around.
There was a roller coaster movie of some sort. Or was it called Roller Coaster? I can't remember what it was called. There was something.
I think it was called Roller Coaster.
It
Yeah.
was a disaster movie.
Yeah.
When disaster
Yeah.
movies
When
were real
disaster movies were
popular.
huge, yeah.
It's in Sense Around. And you were like,
The guy was going around killing people by causing the roller coasters to malfunction.
there you go.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. So then I also I brought a souvenir. This is it's for you, Dino, but for the collective whiskey business.
May I have the honor of opening it?
This was I found this out there, and I thought it fit the brand pretty well here.
What does it say?
It says.
price
Oh,
tag.
okay. This is. It's in ounces. It says say when there is 0 ounces for rabbits, 1 ounce for the ladies.
That's a little sexist.
A little sexist. 2 ounces for gentlemen. 3 ounces for pigs.
Pour me 3.
4 ounces for jackasses. All right. Well, now it makes
It looks
sense.
vintage.
Yeah,
Did it
now.
come from a vintage store?
Yeah, some used antique store.
Oh,
there.
that's
there you go.
oh man, that's awesome.
Pretend
that's
that price tag is on there,
no.
or it was double.
No, I
That's
like
what
the
it
other
cost
thing you
when it
sent
was
me.
made.
He sent me. He sent my favorite Stevie Wonder Christmas song is "Someday at Christmas."
Oh, yeah.
And he found the album at this record store he was at. But it was $40, and he just sent me a picture. Goes, pretend I bought this for you. And I said,
That's very thoughtful. It's
very thoughtful.
Yeah.
So, I love it. I love it. Ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell because we have a first coming up here on Whiskey Business. Ding dong, boys. Maybe we'll chat with you a little bit later. This is the first time ever that I've had a husband and a wife sitting in the chairs. That's
They're both
right.
in there now.
A husband and a wife.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. You don't think I'm not going to take advantage of this? Did you really think I would let you just sit back there quietly and just drink my liquor and not participate at all? One of my longest and best friends ever, Jamie Sanfilippo, and his lovely wife, Danae Sanfilippo. And Danae Sanfilippo also, Danae also is now part of the Down to the Felt team as well.
I met her at the thing the other
She
day.
has helped tremendously. She helped put on our fundraiser, which was an amazing fundraiser for the film. And she is now also helping us continue to raise funds for said film. By she knows people. She knows a guy or two, so she continues to help us. So thank you for that. I just want to get that out of the way. But also thank you for coming with James. Normally it's just your husband
I know.
who comes over here.
I kind of
I know
didn't
this
give
is
him an
great.
option.
It was her idea.
It's weird.
I was like, I want to go. I want to be part of the Christmas show.
Because there was a text message earlier, and I missed it because we were actually having a meeting with John and Ralph, and I missed the earlier text message. And you said you were at a crossroads this evening as far as what to do.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
apparently you didn't cross that road.
We didn't go home. That was the road. It was.
I took
how
her
do
to
I?
our first ever Villanova experience.
Oh.
Never been there before.
You went to the Nova.
Oh,
I was
that's nice.
trying to get him to not go home, and I was like, "Come on,
Yeah.
we're gonna go crash this party."
She's a
with
she's a motivator.
She is that.
She is a motivator. Because I had the pleasure of your husband invited me to your birthday dinner,
Yeah.
and I know that when dinner was over, he was ready to go home, and you didn't.
You did.
I did. I was
Probably smart,
exhausted.
though.
I was exhausted, but you guys went and continued out. So, I don't even know where to begin.
Oh.
I was just at Jamie's. Let me just tell you. You talk about some of the things that you're thankful
drink the
for
hard stuff
over the
for
course of a year. You talk about some of the things that you're thankful over the course of the year. One of the things that I am very thankful for, and I value this, is you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the success in the world, but it doesn't mean shit if you don't have good friends. And I have very, very good friends in the Sanfilippos. No, seriously. Jamie said, I'm cooking, went over his house. It was just me and two other guys, myself, Jamie, our friend Bert, and our friend Chris. And, come over for dinner. Chicken parm, meatballs, sausage, pasta,
Yeah.
salad. How many bottles of wine did we go through?
5 almost. Four reds and 1 white.
4 reds and 1 white.
Meanwhile, I'm transporting the child to and from volleyball.
Yeah.
A little jealous that I wasn't there.
Yeah. No, it was one of those great nights of camaraderie and friendship over a meal. I know that sounds so simple, and at the same time, it is so freaking perfect. You know.
Well, that's the text. That's the text I sent out to you guys after. I said that was a great night. What was really great about it is we got done, as soon as we got done eating, we had all the wine. I said, "Everybody full? Yes. Everybody drunk? Yeah. Now get the fuck out."
So true. I come home and I'm like,
I want to go lay down on the couch and watch a movie now.
I come home from my 3-hour adventure of driving the child to practice, watching practice, coming home, and then I go, "Well, what do you? Where is everybody? What do you mean?" And he said just that. He goes, "We were done. I told him to leave." I'm like, "Did you really?" It's like, "Yeah, of course he did."
Yeah, you did. No problem.
And then I saw the empty bottles of wine, and I was a little bit jealous.
Yeah, and see, I have a rule. I always like to leave before the host tells me you gotta go. Right. That's kind of like a rule with me.
That's a good rule.
if possible. But and I was ready to go, and he gave me leftovers, which I had yesterday, and I texted him. I going, "This stuff is actually better the next day than it was the night of," which was great the night of. The other thing I want to talk about in respects to you guys, and I love this, is how much you embrace Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Christmas. He sent me the picture when the lights were up on the house. You got a great house, a beautiful house, a big house. And I said, now it's Christmas. Italian Graceland is lit up.
That's what it looks like.
Because it reminds me of the house, the way it's structured reminds me of Graceland.
We have 4 Christmas trees.
Yeah. You have 4 Christmas trees. One big one. And I was supposed to come over and do the annual thing, but you were sick. You were sick, so it didn't happen.
We were a little late in the whole process because of that. Yeah, because I was sick. And that's a bummer, actually. I would have loved. And he told me that after the fact, and I was like, he could still come over, but yeah, I might have been hacking up a lung and not been as festive.
Yeah, I've been dodging sick bullets left and right, and I'm like,
next
it's okay.
year.
I understand. That's okay. I still made it over.
Let's be honest. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I mean,
what?
The last time you came over, you and I sat on the couch. We got drunk. We passed out, and they put the ornaments on the tree.
and that's
all right,
tradition.
Come on, we're trying.
That's
to
tradition. That's I wasn't.
We literally both fell asleep on the couch.
I have never helped decorate the tree.
mean,
I don't want no
true.
part of it. But
Here's
I like
the
to
way it
sit there
goes.
going,
Dino
"Oh yeah, it
leans
looks
back.
good. It looks good," and it's a beautiful tree. Every year, it's a beautiful.
You guys know Dino well enough. You know when he leans back like this, and then all of a sudden,
But then we're all like, "It's okay. He gets up at the crack of dawn." I don't even know how he lasts this long.
Yeah,
Well, because of maybe the few cat naps that he has along the way.
Maybe a little, but no. That's I love the fact that you embrace Christmas and
We love it.
and you love Christmas.
oh yeah, it's my
Christmas.
favorite time of year.
Yeah,
Absolutely, my
that's the only
favorite
time
of
Jamie
year.
listens to my radio station.
It is.
It's Christmas
All the time.
It is.
All
It's Christmas
the-
time. I know that I got
24/7.
one more listener at Christmas time because he tunes it on at Christmas.
I will say, I think they need less commercials.
Well, yeah, I got nothing to do with that. You got to pay. It
It's
ain't
a different
free.
world. We drove to practice the other day, and I was like, "We're gonna listen to the Christmas music, right?"
Right.
The whole way there was commercials. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. I agree. Stop sets.
I like the
But
new,
yeah, what
I
are we
like the
gonna
new
do,
music you're playing this year.
We
though.
are playing more
There's-
new music this
There's
year.
new Christmas.
So it's not just Mariah.
No.
No, we're playing a lot
There's
of
nothing
new,
wrong
lot-
if it was just
I
Mariah.
love
You're
me
not
some
the
Mariah.
person. I'm glad it's made an impression on
There's-
you because you're not the first.
There's
person
songs
to
I
say
had
that.
never heard before.
Exactly. Me too. Me too. I heard Michael Bublé sing a song about Christmas sweaters that I'd never heard in my entire life.
There's one lady that sings. I don't know. Not Sia or
It's Sia.
Is it
You
Sia?
don't understand what she's saying?
Yeah.
Except for Snowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice song
And
though.
if it
I
was
like
a
the way
video,
she
It's a
sings
great
it.
melody. It's a
Yeah.
great
If it was a
melody,
video,
but you
you
don't
wouldn't-
understand what the hell she's singing until
Yeah.
she says Snowman.
Yes.
And you don't care.
She mumbles through the whole thing
She
except for
does.
Snowman.
Yeah,
you can hear
exactly.
that.
It makes it a Christmas
And
song.
even if she
I
didn't
like
mumble, you would have only understood Snowman anyway.
You still aren't playing my favorite Christmas song.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
the New Year's Eve one. The
Old Lang Syne?
yeah, Old Lang Syne.
Which
Is that a Christmas song?
Well, I know which originally wasn't supposed to be a holiday song.
I know, but you used to play it all the time.
I
on
know
Sunday.
Dan Fogelberg.
Fogelberg?
Yeah, Dan Fogelberg one.
You're right. I haven't heard Dan Fogelberg in the morning, and I haven't heard Kenny Loggins "Celebrate Me Home," which was also not supposed to be a Christmas song.
Oh wait, so you're not the DJ that plays the music?
We have no say over the music.
You're not like, hold on, let me get the record.
They hit a button.
Now Hansberry does have
He doesn't
Hansberry.
hit any buttons. By the
No,
way.
I don't hit a button. The only button I would hit, close to me, is the dump button. and I actually thought you were gonna hit the dump button today. To be perfectly honest with you, you didn't do anything. It was me. Stacy
You
was.
get to do that?
You can hit a dump button and we'll have a 7-second delay because Stacy was talking about getting a DoorDash delivery.
Oh yeah.
All right, and she got it. And she got a DoorDash delivery from Dick's Sporting Goods, and it was apparently DoorDash will deliver other things other than just food. And
Oh, I
beverages.
didn't know that.
Didn't know that. So
God, they could have been doing that.
so
Christmas
when she
shopping.
was talking about it, and I saw her wince and let it go, but I said, "Oh, DoorDash delivers dicks."
Only in the holiday season.
No, we plowed right through.
Plowed right through it,
That is awesome.
right through it.
That's great.
This is from another radio station. I was listening to the sports radio station in town today, and Mike Riccadati, he was doing a commercial for Pajamagram, and at the end of it, he says, "Get your wife PJs because you might just get a."
BJ?
And then he stopped.
He stopped.
That's funny.
He stopped. He stopped.
He stopped right before it.
And that's perfect.
could hear us.
And that's the beauty of radio
I
because
will
you let
say
the
that was the
audience
other
fill in
thing.
the blank. I mean, I could have said
You could hear his
Ever
partner
notice
looking at
some
him.
of the commercials that are played during the holiday season on Sunny 95. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
We had a comment
Mariah
about
Carey.
this.
Mariah Carey brought to you by the Lions Den.
Yeah, like the commercials that are played are the
Lions
Lions Den
Den,
and
Cirillas is another
Yeah.
one of those.
And the-
Like, hey,
and
hey
adult
kids, we
stores.
can listen
And-
to
and
the
the boner
radio
medicine.
during the music, but we can't listen
yeah.
to
The boner medicine
commercials.
one, whatever it
There
is.
was that, yeah.
Columbus Men's Clinic.
We had one about pooping. It's called Poop Fix.
Oh yeah, we had poop.
Yeah,
Fix,
so there's a
poop
whole
fix.
And again, I
Fix
guess
deal.
if they're paying, what are you
It's,
gonna do?
Their
we
poop
have,
money
once again,
pays.
we have
There's
nothing
a lot
to
of
do
poop
with
money.
that. We sometimes sit back and go, really? But because we have no say.
Here's my favorite one. It's when you guys run a commercial for if you're addicted to gambling, call this website or call this number and this website, and it's brought to you by Maryhaven. I go,
The place that you
Addiction
go.
101.
an addiction place is sponsoring of. Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm glad you're here tonight because I wanted you to share a story, and I don't know if you've actually shared it on the podcast. But when you were in Vegas, I told you, what I tell you in the text, be a story. Mm-hmm. Be a story.
Always
Bet the max,
because that's the only way
you
you're
come
gonna
back and be a
yep.
story. Well, Jamie and I have been to Vegas more times than I can count, and we have lots of stories. But one of my favorite stories, Jamie, tell them about when we went to go see. It was either the Elvis show or the Beatles show, and we were
It
getting
was the Elvis show.
It was the Elvis
Yeah,
show,
it was the
and
Elvis show.
we were getting a cocktail.
And this is all Dino. This isn't me. I was just standing there.
Oh yeah, get a little closer to the microphone. so
I-
you-
I-
Never have.
I was just standing there. This was all Dino, and it was great. So we go up to the bar concession stand area,
yeah, you can get
and they say,
eat whatever you want.
and they say, they go. Dino says, "We'd like 2 Jack and sodas, and we want the biggest ones you have." So she comes back with a glass like this. He goes, "No, that's not going to do." She comes back with another glass. He goes, "No, that's not big enough." He goes, "I want that one." She goes, "Sir, that's a popcorn bucket." And he looks at her with a straight face and goes, "Okay."
Did they do it?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard this story.
They put like 5 shots of Jack Daniels.
It was
and
a small
some-
popcorn.
It was a
Small popcorn bucket. So it's almost
That.
like a tall glass.
Did they give you a
It's
straw?
the equivalent of a tall glass.
It's here somewhere.
It is
No,
somewhere.
that shit's
So
taller than a tall
it's in the drinking archive somewhere.
Yeah, it's here
How have I
somewhere.
never
I
heard
think it's
this
upstairs.
story?
Actually, now that I think about it.
It was the funniest. Look at the look on this woman's face when he goes, "Okay, we'll take it."
You do know that if I had heard this story prior, every time he showed up, he would get a popcorn.
Oh, it was, and she filled it up, and I don't know
That
how
is
much.
so
I don't know
great.
how much. I think it was like a $40.
It was like $40 a piece.
Then,
$40 a
now
piece.
it'd probably be $100.
But yeah, now it's 100. But and we just very carefully went back
That's
to our
so
seats.
great.
And I remember your father. looking at me, going, "Popcorn." I go, "No." He goes, "What is it?" I go, "Jack." He goes. He just shook his head.
This look of disgust.
His
on
look
face.
of disgust. But
Give me one.
Yeah, that was.
Are you actually gonna drink?
He's just
that?
like, here, just you two are.
There is butter on
But
the
I mean,
bottom.
it was the greatest thing ever to watch this woman.
That's
her eyes
so
just pop out of her
funny.
head. Okay, we'll take that one.
We'll take that one.
Did it last a long time?
Oh yeah, lasted the whole show.
It lasted the whole show.
I mean, you're talking about how
It was
how
5
many-
or
how-
6
how many
smart,
ounces
because
of
you get the
popcorn?
small
That's a
stuff,
lot of.
it's
You know,
like-
I mean, granted, filled up with ice and some soda, but a lot of Jack, a lot of Jack.
We had 2 Miller Lights for $22
Yeah.
at just at the Venetian bar.
You
I was
can't
like,
drink in Vegas.
fuck
and,
that.
You know, like,
No, but that.
Not like we used to in the old days. No.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, that was a great.
not so funny.
And you know who I saw in the bathroom with that show? Tommy Smothers.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I do.
I took a
remember
piss
that.
next
Yeah.
to Tommy
Next to
Smothers.
Tommy
Smothers?
Yeah, it's from the Smothers Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just happened to be in the bathroom at the same time.
Did he have a popcorn drink?
And no, he did not have a popcorn drink, but
I did though. I was standing there like this.
Hey, will you hold my popcorn drink while I use the urinal?
We've had some memorable stories and great moments in Vegas.
I want to go back. I mean, it was so. We were
yeah,
joking
you
that
need
Do
to
you want to go
back-
back and gamble another whole $100?
I did not go to gamble.
Why don't you just go to St. Louis or something?
I didn't go to
Why do you
gamble
go to Las Vegas?
because I went to see you too.
You see
He's one of those
L.A.
people.
Or,
He's one of those
No,
people who
no.
actually
You
goes
too.
to Vegas
This must
for
have been a
like
while
a
ago.
reason
no,
other
you
than
two's
gambling.
in Vegas
Yeah.
now at the Spear.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, that's why he went.
Oh, shit.
Oh, but for years, Jamie and I would go to Vegas, and somebody would say they were going to a show. We would say they got
Yeah,
shows.
shows here.
Or they would say, it's 102 outside. We go, there's
really?
outside?
Outside?
This is
There's
true.
an outside?
I know all the rules of his gambling. I don't
God.
bother him. If I start standing next to him at the tables, then I can stay.
Yeah.
But if he is playing
Right.
and I'm elsewhere, there's no, I'm not
Oh,
walking
no.
up. Because if
You
I
are-
walk up and they 7 out, it's my fault.
Oh, yeah. If she taps me
absolutely
on,
it's your
if she
fault.
taps me on the shoulder, that's it.
Yeah, it's all.
We're not
Absolutely
talking the
your
rest of the
fault.
night.
So instead, what I do is
How do you not know that?
Yeah, I do know that. That's what I'm saying. Those are the rules. So I sit at the bar and I play video poker. I win some. I make friends with Joey Fatone and Dancing with the Stars people. And you never know what's going to happen, actually.
She did.
No, man.
Joey Fatone tried to slip her his room key.
No.
Oh, Jay.
Be
Well, come on.
No,
we were
he
at the
just handed it to me.
Tropicana.
He didn't slip it to me.
Let the man tell the story.
We
Let
were
the man
at the
tell the
Tropicana. I
story.
just busted out of the World Series of Poker, and I was playing everything. I was just trying to get all my money back, and I was on a roll. And she
For
was at the
2
bar,
hours.
and yeah, Joey Fatone tried to pick her up.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's nice.
he was headlining Dancing with the Stars at the Tropicana, so
Yeah.
you know he
so-
wasn't on the top of his game either.
He was literally over there for so long.
Damn.
Legit. Here's the funny thing.
Well, what do you expect him to say? The man was trying to pick up his wife. You think he's going to compliment him
I
now?
mean, I don't really even know if that was the case, but he was playing
Oh,
for
that's
so
exactly
long.
what you're supposed to
And
say.
I was like, I'm sick of playing video poker. And I looked behind me, and there's Joey Fatone and the other cast members from Dancing with the Stars, because they were doing a Dancing with the Stars
At the Tropicana.
show at Tropicana.
Yeah.
So I literally had like a conversation with myself. I was like, just go talk to him. Like, what else do you have to do? Come on, Janae, you can do it. I get up and I sit down like this. I'm like, hey, what's up? With 4 other people that looked at me like I was crazy. And the lead singer who had just sat down and was hanging out with them was 2 seconds. And in my mind, I'm like, be funny, say something. Boom, I did. It worked. I was with them for an hour. Hung out with all of them. Yeah. And then maybe.
Maybe
tried to
an hour
slip the key.
later after the charming Danae Sanfilippo.
It wasn't immediately.
Yeah. Because
Meanwhile,
you are
I'm on the crap table with a bunch of
He was
old
there
hairy
the whole
Italian guys
time.
screaming.
dope. Boy, you got that right. Hairy Italian guys. I showed somebody a picture today at work about one of the pictures when we were at one of the cabanas.
Oh,
one
God.
of the cabanas with all the. It was your father, Nevergall, Frank Simonetti, Tommy Sanfilippo.
That was at the Trop too.
That was at
Yeah.
the
you
top.
sure
All
that
of
was
those
Harry?
people. Yeah, you Gus Felicia. There was a lot of
Joe Gatto with the
Joe-
with the hair that came up above his head.
Right.
He took
yeah.
his shirt off and his back hair went above his head.
He had
I
more
remember
back
all
hair
those
than he
guys.
had.
I remember
It was
all
a
those
collar,
guys were in the
right?
pool.
No, it went literally took his shirt off and it went. Floop.
No, it looked like a collar. Though.
Exactly. And I remember when they all got in the pool at the same time. I go, these drains are going to get clogged. These drains are going to get clogged.
Oh yeah.
But did you get in the pool?
I got in the pool.
The water level go
Dino
like this.
gets in the pool once every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just happened
I don't
to be
think
one
he
of
can
those
swim.
years.
That's the thing.
I'm not a strong swimmer.
He's the,
Well, as long as you can.
he's
touch,
the only
I
guy
think
born
you're
on an
good.
island can't fucking swim.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna swim next year
In our pool.
in your pool. Yeah. Are
You don't have
kidding?
to
I got a
swim in my pool.
backdrop that looks
Huh?
like grease
You're tall enough
already.
to walk across it.
That's cool. That's perfect. Yeah,
6
that's
foot?
all right. That's my summer vacation next year. I'm going to San Felipe Island.
That's right.
They're getting
Was it a new pool?
They got a new
Yes,
pool. They got a new
yes,
pool
we
coming in.
did.
All right.
Yeah.
Just in time to
I'll
not
be
use
there
it.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's in there
All
now.
we've done is look at
It's killing him. It's killing him to see that pool and not be able to go in it right now.
ground or above ground?
In ground.
Oh, yeah.
In ground.
to go.
Yeah.
In
Hey,
ground.
It's killing
Literally,
me.
we
It's
haven't
killing
been
me to
able
pay
to use it.
$150,000 and not be able to use it. That's what's
That's
killing
what
me.
part of yeah.
Heater up on it. That's all.
Nah,
we
it's
got
not
a
ready.
heater.
Close.
We got a heater that'll take it to 90.
Yeah, I know. Tickets. It'll cost you a fortune to get
But
it.
we're also like rookie pool owners, so we almost did that, but we're like, we don't know what we're doing, so we'll let them close it. And
Yeah,
we'll deal with it in the spring.
It's all right. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Especially
There's gonna be
since it's your
the
job.
in-ground pool, a new outdoor kitchen. I'm telling you.
We'll just podcast from there.
My summer.
Oh,
my
that's a
summer
great
is
idea.
set.
Business podcast.
I have offered he can do whatever he wants over there.
Yes, he can.
That would be great.
It's good. Why do you think I'm letting his daughter park in my driveway?
Yeah.
This is
Goes
the second,
around, comes
this is
around.
the second generation of daughters parking
Yeah,
in his
I
driveway.
got to
yeah.
get through Julia. I got to
At
stay
least
here.
she hasn't hit your car.
No. Maria hit my car the day one.
First day.
First day.
My
Maria
first
hit my
daughter.
car.
Hilarious.
Hit my car.
I
Yeah,
took
my oldest
advantage
daughter.
of it the other day. Did you hear that? We had a band performance over here. I go, Dino, I'm cashing in my first chip.
Yeah. Park in the driveway.
I love that he's here. When Maria was her last day of school, I was like, we're going to stand on Dino's porch and be like, Maria! It
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
go
when she
over as
graduated from
well as I thought.
Washington.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
going to be really funny, but
Yeah, that's it. Too many. 3 daughters.
yeah.
3 daughters. I mean, you guys have been
We did that podcast.
through it. Yeah, we did do that podcast.
We haven't been through it all
And,
yet.
and Julia being the youngest.
Yeah.
And so when does she start? When
Well,
does-
she's 7th grade now, so
Oh
you've
my
got 2
God.
years. But
so I got to live here till
the
she gets out of
upside
high
is
school?
when she's a freshman, Gina will be a senior, so that entire year, Gina's driving, but she won't be in your driveway. She'll have a
She'll have a
spot by then.
Parking spot.
But yeah, then still sophomore year, Julia. will-
Yeah.
We're back here, yeah. So,
Not
yeah,
in-
just keep the house for another 6
Keep
years.
it about 6
Yeah.
years. I
6
don't
more
know.
years.
I don't know. Well, first of all, I don't know. And second, I got to live that long. I gotta live that
we
long.
got that covered. You're good.
134.
Huh?
That's you're gonna live to 134.
Yeah.
130.
Yeah.
That's
Only if he gets
that's
Dr.
If I get a
Juan.
wing. If I get a wing. If I get a wing. I got a woo-ho and I need a wing.
134.
I'll get you a wing if you're going to live that
A wang?
long. Yeah, he said he needs a wing to
man.
live
Am I
to be
supposed to know what that
164.
is?
You were
Yeah,
here for the podcast, weren't you?
Oh my God.
you didn't listen to him.
She was no.
Oh, earlier.
Earlier.
No, I was talking.
It's
I'm
called a
sorry.
callback.
This is what I
in-
do.
In the business, they call it a callback.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
I only focus
So
when
we'll,
needed.
We'll close this little segment with you guys. I'm gonna tell Jamie. Ask Jamie to tell one more story, which is his favorite. That wasn't even his favorite Vegas story. His favorite Vegas story was when I was out in Vegas, but still doing the. I had to do a call in
Okay.
to the radio.
I've heard this, but yeah,
to,
share
to-
this.
to the radio station. It was
that's fun.
Oscar weekend.
It was.
We got to Vegas the Oscars were either on a Sunday night or a Monday night back then. And we got to Vegas, and I said, hey, before the night is out. Ah, okay, he did make it. Wait, hang on a second.
Oh,
I was
oh,
going to say we're going to. Okay, and Vince is here too. We do have more. So we're not going to finish the podcast yet. All right. Okay, great. So I told Jamie, I said, hey, don't let me forget. I got to call into the radio station in the morning to give them the Oscar odds, and you take it from there.
Okay, well, first of all, we got to set it up because we flew in that morning at 9 a.m. So it's 6 a.m. Vegas time. We can't get even into our rooms, and we start drinking at 6 a.m. Vegas time. Now, it's 3 a.m. Vegas time, 6 a.m. Columbus time.
Right.
20 hours later.
Right. And we're sitting at a, I think it was a 3-card poker table.
It was.
Uh,
They didn't have our favorite game at the time.
and we are both
favorite game?
sloshed.
Flush.
We're both sloshed completely. And I go, Dino, it's 3 a.m., 6 a.m. back in Columbus. You got to call into the radio station.
I'm glad
And
that
he
you
goes,
remember those.
he goes, I got called on the radio station. He goes, okay, hold on. And he pushes himself away from the table.
You're not allowed to have
And he
fun at
goes,
the table.
hello, it's Dino Tripodis live from Las Vegas, Nevada with your updated Oscar odds. So-and-so is 2-1. So-and-so is 3-5. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. This is Dino live from Las Vegas. He hangs with the phone. He pushes himself back to the table and he goes, how'd I do? And I swear, I swear to God, I looked at him with this amazement. I went, that was the most amazing thing I've ever fucking seen. I've never seen anything even close to that before.
The epitome of a game face.
I said, how'd you do that? He goes, do what?
Do what? Do what? Oh my God.
Wait, isn't that what you do every day?
Goddamn.
Oh, not
That
anymore.
is as true as any story I can
anymore.
ever tell, ever. It's the most amazing thing ever.
No, I mean, my point was
Doorbell.
very
You
amazed
get-
by your ability to.
No, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That's what
Hey,
I get
thanks
to
for
hang
having
my
us.
hat.
Peace
Sam
out.
Filipos, thank you so much. Everybody, please welcome. I don't even what. I guess he's an actor. He's a playwright. He's a writer. Vitis, get in here. Hey, Vitis Bazookas, everybody.
Sit down right here.
Vitis is late to the podcast because he was at a yoga class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
A yoga class.
It was not hot yoga. I did do hot power yoga last week, which was a huge mistake. So I had to wave the white flag 45 minutes into it, and yeah.
Vitis, I asked Vitis to be on the podcast tonight because he's got something pretty cool happening in 2024. But I also want to backtrack a little bit. You were here Monday night. You and I were here Monday night.
I was.
And I was, and I'm going to tell you so you don't think I'm talking behind your back. We're talking behind your back. You out of here, David?
Gotta go deliver another pizza.
Gotta go deliver. Dave DeRoberts is leaving. Thank you for the Gatto, buddy.
Dave. Gotta get a
Thank you
Gattos.
so much. So you know I'm not talking behind your back. I laughed when you left so hard when you left my house here.
Why? Or I think I know why.
Monday
but
night. God bless him. He's being conscious of the time and the fact that I have a radio show.
Sure.
And we had a nice sampling of bourbons and ryes over the course of the evening. Probably a good 3.5 hours of talking and drinking.
Yeah.
Before it's all said and done. And then Vitis, God bless him, says, it's almost 11 o'clock. I gotta go so you can go to bed. And I go, okay. And the struggle you had to put on your jacket was something out of like a 1960s sitcom. Right. It was like Dick Van Dyke being drunk and not being able to put on his coat. One of those things where the audience would just laugh for a long time. It was an extended. You trying to put your sleeve back into your coat.
No, we're not gonna act it out.
To the point where I was like, can you drive home?
Yeah, that was embarrassing. I got home and I felt so
You
embarrassed.
got home so quick.
Well, and I got home safely.
Yeah, I know you did. Obviously.
Yeah, but that was a little embarrassing.
Oh my God! But it was personally, it was so funny. And I did. I told John and Ralph. I said, okay. And I keep forgetting that not everybody has the same tolerance for alcohol.
Well, it wasn't just that because we were drinking, but then there was a lot of like, oh, try this, and then I would have a few sips of something, but then a few sips of something adds up after a while,
right?
And then I've been sitting the whole night,
right.
And I think like when I got up, that's like when the room shifted. And,
It tends to happen in this house.
Yeah,
it does happen. But we had a great conversation about a lot of things. We talked about life.
Ooh,
we
nice.
talked about relationships.
Ooh, nice.
And we talked about writing, because that's when Vitis and I get together, we talk about writing. And Vitis is, and I told you this, I'm not just saying this to be, bragging on you right here on the podcast. I told you that night that I consider you to be one of the most successful writers in Columbus in respects to what you do. As far you are a successful, published playwright,
right.
More than once. You have one of your plays that is going to be performed in Belgium.
Right.
You're going to go to Belgium. They're going to put on Beowulf in Belgium.
The Bard, yeah.
Yeah, right. And what I want to talk about in 2024, because this has kind of been a running theme through the evening, things that, how was your 2023 and what's in store for 2024? And you have a new play that you hope to get up and running in 2024?
Yeah. So, so which one do you want me to tackle first?
I want to tackle. Which one do you want to tackle
Wait,
first?
do you need a cocktail first?
No, actually, no. I have a doctor's appointment first thing tomorrow morning, so I'm sorry, guys. I really
He needs
should.
to put his coat on straight tonight.
Right.
You know, it always makes me laugh when people say I have a doctor's appointment. It's like cramming for a final. You know
Well,
what?
that's the
Whatever's
thing.
wrong with you is wrong with you.
I know.
This drink isn't going to make a difference.
I know. No, so
I gotta floss real quick.
right. No, so this past year was good. Professionally, I think for the playwriting, it was great because my play was performed all across the country, in high schools all across the country, which was fantastic. And oddly enough, just a really quick story is that when I was in college, I was in a long relationship, and my girlfriend at the time, after a 5-year relationship, broke up with me because I wanted to be a writer. And she said, I need someone who's, going to be a little bit more, be a banker.
Loaded.
Yeah, right, yeah. Stable.
Somebody that's got a future.
Right, exactly. And so she dumped me, and then I got an email from her, and she said that she was flipping through her, like, the newsletter from her kid's high school. And she saw that they were performing Beowulf, and she's like, Beowulf, what is this? And she's like, oh my God, my high school boyfriend, or my college boyfriend wrote this thing. And so they performed it at my ex-girlfriend's, the one who dumped me. They performed it at her high school. Yeah. And part of me was like, yes. Do you see? So that was kind of fun. So the play was performed across the country, and then
but this is the part, that part of the story is the longest. The fact that you got your comeuppance.
Right.
Not the fact that the play's all across the country. The fact that the girl that broke up with me came across it. That I love.
Yeah. So then, but then this past year I've been working on another play that's. So then I found out that my play is going to be at the American Theater in Belgium.
That's awesome.
In Brussels.
That's
so
awesome.
So we're going to be flying out for that, and then then I just finished the work on the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Okay. I'll let you continue on that in just a second. I had the privilege of reading an early draft of the play, and wow. I mean, yeah. Now, he allowed me to read it because he had some issues with it. And as fellow writers back and forth, I offered comments. But the play itself, capturing, everybody knows the Gordon Lightfoot song, that tells the story, okay?
In the Great Lakes.
Yeah. But what Vidas does in this particular piece of work, in respects to the men and the man involved, is absolutely amazing. I'll let you take it from there.
So it is a memory play, and so what it is that the play starts at the moment when the ship sinks, and so we're caught in this in between area where he's not passing to the other side, and the crew is there, and they kind of relive the events of what happened during the tragedy, but at the same time, like I did my research on the captain himself. And we kind of go through his life and how he comes to certain understandings of his life. The play's gone through so many different versions and drafts, and I just finished my 10th draft, and I kind of reached the point of I think I'm just done, and I want to move on to my next project.
And what was the inspiration to write this particular piece?
Well, it's funny. So some of my favorite works, either like with film or with literature, deal with death, and with death as like a figure. Like one of my favorite films of all time is All That Jazz, and in All That Jazz, where death is a character, with Diane, Jessica Lange, is the character, and so he's always kind of like going back to death, living his life, talking to death, and then with comic books. There was the Death of Captain Marvel that I read when I was like in 6th grade, and it's a superhero who's dying of cancer, and death visits him. And so those two works have always had a profound effect on me. And so I've always thought I want to write a piece that he's going through the death process. We're watching him go through the death process, like dealing with death with his wife. And so I decided I tackle this topic. It was actually the song. I've always been the song is such a haunting song for me, and so I chose this. I guess, topic to tackle death. And what I kind of struggled with is that, am I mature enough as a person, as a writer, to tackle themes like death, mistakes that we've all made in life, and that was my biggest challenge.
I found it compelling, riveting, emotional. I mean, and the fact that you've improved upon it since I read it, a year ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, at least a year ago. I wish you nothing but huge success with it, and I think they're going to gobble it up.
I appreciate it.
I don't think it's going to be an issue about getting it published and up.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Who's they, and how? What do you do from this point forward?
So what I've done in the past is that it was actually through 8 and 5, a project that Dino and I worked on, that the villain that was in season 2 was the artistic director of Actors Theater of Columbus. And I just happened to be talking to him because I was one of the writers on the show. And I said, do you ever accept plays from local playwrights? And he's like, yes, we do. And so I wrote my first play for them and got it performed, and then sent it to a publisher and got it published. And then I had a relationship with Actors Theater. The thing with Actors Theater, though, is that they do Shakespeare in the Park, but they also do adaptations of classical works. So right now, this play does not fit into that.
Sure,
so now I actually have to, I'm starting over, and I've been, the way this play started was I was chosen for a workshop for another theater and worked with other playwrights to help develop, just to get a staged reading.
Sure.
And so I met a lot of playwrights and other directors, and now I have to, just start networking. And I think what I've been told is the way that you do this is that you find a director
who wants to do it,
and then they come as a package. So it's a director with a script, and then they approach theaters, and then it's also, which theater is good for this, for this production. I would like to obviously go to a bigger theater and more faces, more seats, but I'm not
cool.
So right now I just have to start networking and talking to people.
As much success as you had with Beowulf, like I said, high schools and whatnot across the country, going to Belgium. I got a feeling that this one's gonna hit and resonate, and it's gonna be your biggest success yet. I really do.
I appreciate that, dude.
No, I mean that sincerely.
I appreciate it.
You're an excellent writer. You're an excellent writer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Not a good drinker, but an excellent writer.
Hey, neither am I. He calls me a what is it, a 90-pound drinker and a whatever. I can't even remember what you say. Basically, I can't drink. Long story short, I can't hold my liquor.
But it was. Thank you for Monday.
Oh yeah,
it was
I had a great
night.
time. Yeah,
we had a great night, and thank you for doing this evening.
Oh sure,
as well, man.
And thank you so much for having me.
No, man, I wish you nothing but success. I want to put this out there. I want people to look for it. What is the title of the play?
It's The Witch of November, and The Witch of November refers to what the sailors call the storms in the fall, like in November. So it's called The Witch because it's the cold temperatures from the north hitting the warmer temperatures coming up, and they create these horrible conditions over the Great Lakes. And in Lake Superior, it's particularly, I guess, pretty bad. So they call it The Witch of November.
Oh, man.
So.
Yeah, if I may say,
Ding dong.
before the bell goes off.
Before it comes in,
My wife and I we celebrated one of our anniversaries on Beaver Island, which is in Lake Michigan, around November. And I got to tell you, there was a storm one night, and a storm on a lake is not the same thing as a storm on the ocean. Like the storm on the lake, it's like you're taking a bucket of water and sloshing it back and forth. The waves are random.
Right.
It's crazy. So I could totally see how they came up with that name.
So Lake Superior is it's really a sea. Like really when you look at it, and I think it fits the definition of a sea. And I don't think we realize how big it is until you realize there's an island on Lake Superior that actually has a lake on it. So that's how massive it is, and it's a long lake. So when the waves hit, this leads to bigger waves for a longer period of time, and that's why you get these massive waves. On Lake Superior
That can take
other than like on Lake Erie and right.
We've done the sunken ship tour up there by Mackinac.
Oh, yeah.
You can see all the sunken ships.
Oh, that's
and
pretty
different stuff.
cool.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. So
Thank you, brother.
All right, thanks,
and
man.
much success. Much
appreciate
success. Much success. Vitis,
somebody
everybody.
at the
Vitis.
door?
Oh my god!
All right, and we wrap things up. I keep everything close to home, ladies and
You must
gentlemen.
be getting too loud.
I keep everything close to home by wrapping things up tonight. Come on. It's a new couch. You should be able to get up and out of it. The Mattises.
Yeah,
This is history making. History making. I have two married couples on the show.
Already.
Thanks, Vitis.
Two married couples. Give that mic to Karen. You take the one. Yeah, give that one over there. Bill Mattis and Karen Mattis, my long-suffering neighbors. Cheers. I say long-suffering because I'm their neighbor. You got to hold that right up. You got to talk right into that microphone, Karen. You got to go right up into it. I have to fill up my glass.
Fill up your glass.
You guys are the last guests of the night, and how appropriate, because I have a couple things I need to throw on you for 2024 that I will tell you here in just a second. But the one thing I want to talk about first is that when I first moved in here, I took the house over from two lovely gentlemen who had this house. And the best thing that could have happened moving into this neighborhood was having these two as neighbors. From the time I moved in and the time that their two little girls, they were, 4 and 2 at the time. I still have the picture up on the wall.
Saw that. That made me cry.
In the kitchen?
Yeah, still have the picture
Yeah,
on the
that's
wall.
cute.
Still on the picture on the wall. And now, for the first time since we've all lived next door to each other, you guys are truly empty nesters. I know.
One dog to
A
go.
little closer. The microphone a little
Ann
closer.
always said you're not allowed to move till she moved.
Right. I know. And now I don't know what to
I
do.
know, I'm scared.
because we always said jokingly, collectively, when the kids are out of the house, we're moving. And I said, if you move, I move. Because I don't want to take a chance on whoever's going to live next door and potentially make my life miserable for however many years I stay here. But yeah, so how's that feel? I mean, to really, Haley is engaged to be married. She gets married next year, right?
Correct.
Anna grew up and got her own condo, which I knew was just a matter of time because she's very methodical in everything that she does. She does. I mean, I know these kids and how they think over the years. I've got to watch them grow up and blossom. And by the way, kudos to both of you as far as parents. I don't think you could have raised two more beautiful, exceptional daughters than the two that you have. They're great girls. They're great girls in every aspect of the word great. But yeah, is it weird? Is it weird?
The room is now empty. Everything is gone. Literally. We're down to the bare floor. We're gonna redo the whole room. So
What are you gonna turn the room into?
a bedroom. We're
Another bedroom. In the hopes-
We gotta have a guest room.
they come back. Or one of them comes back.
I will say, Dino's house is very decorated for Christmas. You go all out, and
I don't
it's-
go all out, but I do enough.
Yeah, and it's been noted and documented on the podcast. And you said on a couple occasions the reason why you started is because of
the girls.
the neighbors. You
Because
wanted
of the girls.
to.
I used to go into
decorate
the
for them.
bushes and do all the lights. Now I put up just enough lights because of the girls. Because of the girls. Just something. But I used to go all out with the bushes and everything because of the girls. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anna busted my chops when I first moved in. She couldn't speak, but she was she was 2 years old and she was giving me the what for
There
with
you
a
go.
finger at 2 doing 2-year-old babble, and she just had a look on her face like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not the person that lives there. I know that's what was going through her brain. It just wasn't being translated. But
She just wanted you to quit smoking.
that didn't take. That didn't take. But yeah, you guys are the. You know you got good neighbors when you have keys to each other's house. I have a key to your house. You have a key to my house in case anything happens, anything needs to be done. So there's trust right there, and you guys are way better neighbors than I am. Taking off, Jamie Sanfilippo?
No, I'm just saying, and they got all my Chinese food off your porch one night.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
we
They did. You did. There was a
Put it in here.
there was a missed delivery, and I got all of Jamie Sanfilippo's food, and
Yes,
you
you
guys,
did.
and I gave most of it to you guys. Thank you, Jamie. I forgot about that. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, you guys are way better neighbors than I am because I've been on this block for 22 years and I still don't know everybody lives on the street. They do. They do.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Gotta be
We have a dog. We walk a dog. We see people.
You walk a dog, you talk to
Kids.
people, and
Kids.
so forth and so on. You know.
part of the women's text group.
Yeah, yeah, all the above. But then, you know, if I am good with the neighbors right next to me, why push my luck?
Right.
Why push my luck?
Don't go out of your comfort zone.
And it's Karen Mattis, by the way. Karen Mattis, not Bill Mattis. It's Karen Mattis who I go to whenever over the course of the last 20 years where I've needed help with something. If
Mechanical.
It was mechanical or lawn related. I don't trust Bill Mattis with a chainsaw.
I don't either.
Karen
allowed to touch
Mattis,
the power
any day
tools.
of the week.
There you go.
Any day of the week. Bill Mattis, not so much.
No.
Bill can push a lawnmower. That's safe. You know, but as far as chopping stuff down, every time I swear to God,
Hey, Bill, do you think Karen could come over with a chainsaw?
yeah. Anytime I've seen you with the chainsaw, I have quietly worried, thinking, "Oh my God, it's a good thing that she's a nurse," because at one point something bad's gonna happen.
And you guys got cool houses back, big long wooded backyards.
They're pretty awesome.
It's cool.
It's
Yeah.
really cool. It's fun.
When I talked about this, I said, when you guys put up the fence, when you put the fence, first thing everybody said was like, wow, they finally had enough of you, didn't they? They finally put up the fence.
It was the deer.
You know
the
exactly
deer.
what it was.
It was the deer.
Massive amounts of deer.
It was a massive amount of deer. But it's a beautiful thing because the neighbor to my left put up a fence, which...
So you got a fence.
Yeah, and so I got a fence on that side. Then they put up their fence. All I got to do is fence in the back, and then, but then the
Then you
deer
could-
are not going to have anywhere to go.
Then you can have a dog.
The 9 deer that were
The
in
nine,
your front
oh my
yard.
God, yeah,
That's
9.
right.
Didn't you count like
Yeah.
15 deer at one point in my
15 deer.
backyard? In my backyard,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Like recently?
Oh, yeah.
Earlier this year, yeah, there were like 15 deer back there. It's like where they all and they just all kind of lounge around and kick back. It's as if my bar was outside and deer are like just hanging out. Like, you know, if there were cocktails available for deer, they'd be nursing them out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to pop on you, Bill Mattis, in respects to this podcast.
The senator apologizes.
The senator apologizes for not making it. Yeah, no, I checked in on Bill.
No, whatever he did, he apologized.
No.
Oh, Demora was going to be here.
Yeah. I put the senator signal out there, and he says if I can make it, I'll make it. But he's working like 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
God bless him. As crazy as he is, he's.
Oh man,
we
we haven't even checked in with him since.
He's all
the
about
L
that.
to
He's yeah.
It's because you didn't buy him underwear.
Yeah.
We did.
Not this year we didn't.
Oh. We said we didn't have to because of some
It's your
weird
fault.
Billy thing.
He tried to change the rules.
No. He's busy doing other things for the state of Ohio, and he's doing a hell of a job. I wish he could have made it, but he didn't. But there were two things that we did on this podcast a while ago, and you were involved. We did the, for lack of a better description, the Dino Tripodis story, where you
The whiskey depositions.
the whiskey depositions.
Part 1 and Part 2.
Part 1 and Part 2. Well, now in Part 3 that we left out, and we're not going to call it the whiskey depositions, but I would like you to anchor this particular podcast.
Oh, John.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Finally. Since I recently did a piece on the Oxygen True Crime Network about a case that I worked some 30 plus years ago.
The Just Sweats matter.
The Just Sweats case.
That was in Part 3 of Whiskey Depositions.
Exactly.
The notes.
The notes. So I need you to bring out your notes, and we would like you to anchor that particular podcast in 2024 as we venture into that territory, as far as some of the more in-depth stuff that was not shown on the Oxygen Hour crime because they had to talk to other people as well. We're going to focus on what all the minutia from start to finish that I did on that case, and I would like you to anchor that particular podcast as far as asking the questions, and let my wonderful whiskey business friends chime in whenever they want to with questions as well. But will you do that in 2024?
Would you call me Anchorman?
I will call you whatever you want. I will call you whatever you want. But you did such a wonderful job with the 2 whiskey depositions that
I would be honored to do that.
And you already have notes, you said.
I already have notes.
You already have notes and questions.
For part 3.
For part 3. So in 2024, we will... And I don't know why we don't do more of them, but one of our most successful podcasts was, I guess, a true crime podcast with Peter John Ross with the Cyberstalker.
Yes,
that was one of our most popular podcasts. So I'm ready. I'm now that I did the oxygen thing and it's out there, because I was always hesitant and reluctant, but now I'm okay with it. So now I'm ready to talk.
Anytime I hear somebody like in the news talk about a deposition, I just picture you asking Dino about, talk about your daughter. I was like, that's what every deposition is like.
Yeah. No, I've had my fair share of depositions. I've had them. Legitimate ones, but not one for the fun of a podcast. So yeah. That was one of our plans in 2024, in early 2024, for you to sit here and go through it. You being an established attorney in this town for many, many years, I think it's a perfect fit. So, yeah.
Having lived through the Just Sweats matter also.
Yeah. And probably have questions of your own that I will be willing to answer and go into detail with about a lot of the fun things that were involved in that career overall, to be perfectly honest with you, because there's a lot of other stories that are involved in that career that I don't think even you've heard.
No, I heard some of them, but definitely not all of them.
Yeah.
We were in there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different arena.
A different arena. And I think I shared with you that I kind of stepped back into that a little bit in the last year when I went up to Cleveland.
It's all Greek to me, but
It did involve Greeks. I went up to Cleveland to work a case last year. I think I told you guys.
No, I don't think so. You didn't tell me.
I told Whitney.
You told Whitney because it was secret.
Whitney can keep a secret because he can't remember.
Whitney invaded our safe space the other night. He was in Studio 35.
He was.
Whoa.
Really?
You saw my neighbors?
Sitting at the bar.
Yeah. Sitting at the bar with Tim Baldwin.
Okay. All right.
Another Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah. That's another topic entirely. Oh my gosh.
So do you still dip into that whole detective thing every once in a while?
Only when asked.
Okay.
Only when asked. I did renew my license with this Cleveland thing. So
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk about that someday.
Well, with him in 2020.
It's a great idea.
Oh, good.
Okay.
We should do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We're gonna do the just. We're gonna.
Yeah. What was I thinking?
We're gonna do the Just Sweats case.
What time did you start?
Enough, and yet not enough. Whatever the case might be. So, in 2024, what's the plan? I mean, other than the fact that you'll be doing our podcast and doing that particular thing, what do you want to do?
2024 is going to be a busy year.
Is it? How so?
Haley Mattis getting married, losing the last name.
Is that in May?
That's in May.
It's in May.
In town, or you got to
travel? In town, yeah. Downtown, Franklinton.
And I'm not holding you to this, and I don't mean to call you out because I'm perfectly fine if it doesn't happen. But at one point, no.
Yeah, you are invited, Dino. Of course you are.
No, but there was talk.
You got to save the date.
There was talk that I would have
officiate,
potentially officiate the wedding.
Yeah,
and which.
Because you're a reverend. You're an actual reverend.
No, I am.
See?
I am online. I'm an officiate online. But are you really? If I can't do it, because here's my issue. You're what?
A dudist.
Oh, with
a dudist priest
from Big Lebowski. Oh, that's great. I think I'm not saying yours doesn't carry, but it does. But mine actually is like with the.
He's with the Universal Church of God.
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Does that fly with the?
But
with
here's
the Catholics.
here's my only. the older I get, I think the more estrogen I've got as opposed to testosterone, and I don't know that I can make it through it
without crying.
There
you go.
Without. So that's my only concern. I'm sure I could suck it up and get it done. But if that comes to pass, obviously, and if it doesn't come to pass, I will still be thrilled to be there. But if they're in a bind and they need an officiant, I just need a little bit of notice because I want to make it really, really special and write something really, really special that will make them make the congregation laugh. Well, maybe cry a little bit, but also, yeah. I mean, that's a lot of history.
I think at least
I consider you guys to be kind of, like family.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's great. And how's Anna Mattis doing? She's
thriving, man.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
Is she getting married anytime soon?
Well, she went back to meet the parents.
Oh, so she's still with the same guy?
Still the same guy?
Oh boy.
She's very quiet about this.
I know she's very quiet and very not that Haley wasn't. Haley took her good old time as well. But the Mattis girls, they wait and selective and figure it out.
Just like their dad.
Yeah.
Ask Karen how long I waited.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys. We'll see each other before my daughter comes home next week. Actually, when this podcast drops on Tuesday, maybe.
Mom and them coming up, or are they staying in Florida?
Oh no. I went down there for Thanksgiving. They'll stay down there for Florida, okay. But my daughter will be here with her fiance, and they'll be up here for 10 days.
Right. All 7 of them.
All 7 of them. Those 2 and 5 cats.
5 cats.
Do a podcast with them. Like actually
no,
have
this
them
is the
at
podcast. We're done. This is the last podcast of the year.
Okay,
No. There might
be one of the Mattises just to get out of it.
Yeah, you know that room that you cleared out that you turned into a bedroom?
We'll get you a futon.
All right. Well, stay right there because I'm going to wrap things up. I'm ready to wrap things up.
Let's go.
And I don't know how long. Johnny, how long has this podcast gone? Too long?
Yeah, like almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours? Okay, well, it's the holidays.
I ran out of tape about an hour ago.
No, you didn't.
That's
I just want to say a couple closing things before we go. Sincerely. We've been doing whiskey business for over 7 years. We're going into our 8th or 9th year. I don't know. I've lost track at this point. But I honestly want to sincerely say that, and I've said it before, but it deserves repeating. It makes for one of the best days of my week when we get together to do this. We've talked to so many people about so many things and have had so much fun. We, in 7 or plus 8 years, have made a total of $147.
Yeah. We're swimming in it, baby.
American dollars, which as far as what we've accomplished, but I don't.
But
care.
Life's not all about money.
No,
I've never seen you guys unhappy when you're doing a podcast.
I mean, and it's kind of like because we got voted the one of the top 25 podcasts to listen to on the Evergreen Podcast Network.
Nice.
This year we were one of the top 50 podcasts to listen to anywhere as far as whiskey podcast in the world.
Podcasts.
We were like number 28 or 27. So I mean,
we're about 3 or 4 times running Columbus.
We won. They did not do the podcast awards this year. I don't think.
Yeah, they just didn't want. They were sick of giving it.
They were just
to
like,
you all the time.
But we won every year that there was a podcast award. We won. We won for podcast of the year. We won for best comedy podcast.
Let's host our own next year. And just host our own podcast awards.
Just our own.
The
winner is.
The most heartfelt podcast.
For best host who can't get the business right, Greg Hansberry. Yeah. But sincerely, when we do a podcast, it's one of my favorite nights of the week, and we've had the privilege of having great people like the Mattis's on, the San Filippos, Dave Roberts, and countless number of guests over the years. We're almost up to 300 some bottles before it's all said and done. We'll hit the 300 mark next year, as far as the different types of whiskey that we've had, which is fun in itself. But the experience of hanging out with you guys and doing this on a weekly, twice a month basis, whatever the case might be, has been one of the singular joys of my life. At one point during the pandemic, it saved my life. If it wasn't for whiskey business and having this, the fact that we did it remotely and whatnot, it was just an
anchor point.
It was.
Yeah,
It's huge. So I consider myself to be blessed. The fact that I've got Hansberry Monday through Friday at Sunny 95. There you go. And also a couple times a month here on Whiskey Business. Chip, like I said earlier, you're the child I can never get mad at. I don't know why. There's something just amazingly lovable about you, and I'm glad that you're part of the Whiskey Business family. And John Whitney, who I have had the opportunity to be creative with on so many different levels, I think that you're just an amazingly talented man.
Oh, thank you.
And I consider it a privilege that you share those talents and have taken this podcast to another level with your video work and your editing and so forth and so on. As far as a friendship, I value it. As far as a talent, I admire it. And I'm just thrilled that you're still a part of it.
Thank
and
you,
the son I never wanted, I love so freaking much. And I hope I have many more years of creativity with you. And to everybody that's been on Whiskey Business throughout the years, if you're listening now or watching now, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great Hanukkah. I hope you had an amazing Kwanzaa, whatever the case might be. We will be back in 2024. And until the next bottles, see ya.
Cheers.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Well done.